have this meeting because I wanted to talk about our 8th grade promotion ceremony. Here's a sign-in sheet everybody can sign and fill out so we can have the members here. But I want to first start off with our agenda, recognizing everybody that participated in our 8th grade promotion ceremony. I want to thank you for all your hard work because it did turn out to be a success. But what this meeting is to make changes to improve it, as our principal said, to make it greater. So I wanted to know, are there any suggestions that you have? I know this year we did not have a photographer, so I wanted to get someone that began to look for a photographer so the kids can have a memory of the graduation. So Ms. Chenoweth, can you work on getting a photographer for us for next year?
Yes.
Are there any other suggestions?
I actually think we need to start earlier in the year planning,
Okay.
and that we need to meet more often, you know, to make sure that we're covering all the bases.
Now, I know this year we made Ms. Wallace responsible for the certificates, and I think we can keep that same certificate format. I think that was good because they were able to transfer. So maybe just keeping that and updating it and making sure, yes.
But we ran into some significant problems printing the certificates.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the certificate was beautiful, but because the computer had to build each certificate, my suggestion would be to take your template to the printers
Okay.
and get blank ones printed where all we have to do is fill in the name and the date and the signature.
Okay.
And it'll print just like that. That's what we've done
Probably
with Honors Day.
Cheaper for ink, and the ink is,
It would be too in the long run.
and it's faster.
Now, do you all want to include that in the fee, or that's something that we as a school body can pay for?
We'd have to get with the administration on the fee costs,
So
but,
I'll
I
ask
mean,
our
it wouldn't
principal
be
about
that much per student if you know, got a quote.
What about the roles, the giving out of the roles? What could we do different? Because this year, we ran into a lot of people receiving roles that were not supposed to receive roles. So what do you think we can do differently?
Have more than one list, it needs to be in alphabetical order.
Okay, so make sure that our list is in alphabetical order. Were you pleased with the company that we used? Do you want to continue to use the robes or just have them wear their, just?
I like personally them using the robes. I also would explore other companies as far as the cost.
Okay.
You know, because if we can get the cost down for students, more would want to participate. And then the other thing is, I mean, those were thin robes, so if you're gonna pay that much for them, just look, there may be some cheaper, maybe not. I don't know.
I think it's important to keep using the robes because I think that makes it more significant to the kids
And the families.
and, yeah, seem more legitimate and formal.
Big deal.
Can you be responsible for finding a company and seeing if, are there any companies
If there's
that are
any
cheaper?
that are cheaper, that, you know, there might not be, but, you know, it wouldn't hurt to look.
And what about the layout that we did compared to the year before? Did you like the way they came in and the way they exited? Was that better?
A lot
Well,
easier.
they did not exit.
They did
not
That-
exit.
That was a problem, and we need to either tell the parents that they need to remain seated until all the kids are out,
Okay.
or,
They were told, but they got up anyway.
yeah, cause I mean,
My homeroom
we were at the end and we couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Soon as, in the beginning, I couldn't get out. Like, they got up before, they told them not to get up, but to remain seated, but they were up. But you remember, the time was off, they had gotten there like 30 minutes early. So it seemed like they were just kinda antsy to get out. It was so packed, we couldn't even get down the aisle to get out.
One thing I wondered about if we had it at Harvest again, this is a bit untraditional, but what if the graduates exit out one of those front exits by the stage?
Okay.
Let the graduates go out that way, go around the building to the front. After they're all out, then let the parents go out through the foyer outside. And then everybody meets little darling outside.
And
And
it
comes
won't be-
back in if you're gonna check out.
Okay.
Because it was just such a bottleneck, and I know that SRO lady, she wasn't real happy with it.
But the year before, they stayed, I don't know what the difference
Yeah,
was.
it
They
was
stayed seated.
smoother the year before.
Yeah.
But
Practice a lot more.
there'd be, there was more practice.
I like that idea of going out the side doors though and having, because they get bottlenecked right in there in that lobby.
Okay.
And you can't even breathe or move to get through.
And I don't know if that didn't work out or whatever, if there could be some responsible seventh graders that were like, ushers.
Well, I think
That kinda
this year
kept
we may
some
have ambassadors, so they can be responsible.
Or just kinda keeping the parent like saying not yet, or kinda at the end of the road, just kinda giving the
That's a
signal.
good idea.
So at this point, we have our certificates, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna check on our robes and our photographer. And what I would do is find out, check and make sure, maybe we can have a reception on next year, because we've never had like a small reception for them. So I'll check on
For the
that,
students
for
or
the
the
students,
families?
for the graduating students.
I think for the students
Mhm.
would be nice. It would be huge, too huge to have for the.
But I would suggest that we do that before graduation.
Yeah, it could be at the
Because
same
Yeah, we
time.
At
just let them
graduation,
go
they're gonna
together.
wanna leave.
Yeah.
And,
have
we
like
did
an
have
eighth grade
some that
party day or
were not promoted that walked in this graduation.
So we need to make
We
sure.
need-
Really?
And, yeah, so what
And
I'll
some
do,
that were suspended.
That were suspended.
I didn't agree with that.
so what I'll do this year is make sure I have a list of all the failures and all the students that are suspended. And I'll be responsible for pulling those students out, so they will not practice, nor will they walk. So we won't run into that next year.
Ms. Williams assured me that everyone who was not going to promote was told ahead of time.
They were, and what happened is they tried to sneak in the line. And so the teacher that they had, was not passing, was not there that day, so they thought that they could sneak in. Some of them did, but some of them were full the day of the graduation. So I'll make sure, and then I'm gonna make sure all teachers have a list of the students that you're not supposed to walk, every teacher. That way, if one teacher misses, another teacher will know. Well, I just wanted to thank you for all your hard work in the graduation this year, and we will have our monthly meetings to kind of stay abrupt on what we're planning to do for the upcoming year. Thank you.